We cooperate with Italian universities. We are sitting in the middle of what we call the Motor Valley of the first products. So basically, it was hunting decoys.
I think maybe we just went to the nice parts. No, I'm kidding. What about the car owners? Are there any differences of car owners in Italy and Indonesia?
Tricky question.
Tricky question.
More than tire, I see difference in rim.
Hai Sobat HPC, selamat datang kembali di HPC Corner yang ke-8. Kebetulan kali ini kami sedang ada tamu yang datang jauh-jauh dari Italia loh, yaitu Mr. Simone Revelli dan Mr. Andrea Corsi. Nah, mereka berdua ini sedang datang sebagai narasumber untuk event kami, yaitu HPC X Corghi Tour de Java 2024. Nah, pada kesempatan kali ini, saya mau berbincang-bincang sama mereka soal pengalaman mereka baik di Italia maupun di Indonesia. Di mana miripnya, di mana bedanya, karena dari negara dan budaya yang berbeda, ya tentunya kita bisa belajar banyak hal ya. Nah, jika ternyata ada banyak yang mirip, ya berarti kita nggak sendirian, kita ada teman juga gitu. Yuk, kita simak aja. Oke, Mr. Simone, Mr. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course. So, Mr. Simone, how long have you been working in the automotive industry, and what is your current job title?
I've been working within the Nexion Group in the automotive industry in the last 7 years.
7 years.
And I joined Corghi. I was appointed to take care about the Corghi brand back in 2021.
2021. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and
I'm currently covering the position of export area manager for Asia Pacific. And I also take care about North Africa and some selected European markets.
Okay.
So very big variety.
Yeah, I'm sure you travel a lot for the job.
I travel quite a lot, meet quite a lot of people, and get to know many different cultures. That's probably the best part of my job.
Oh, that sounds really exciting. What about yourself, Miss Andrea? How long have you been in the automotive industry?
Hello to everybody, and I'm Andrea. I work for 12 years for Corghi, and for 10 years I in after sale department, customer care. So I make technician, demonstration, and so I repair the machine, use them, and of course help the customer in anything that comes in the after sale part. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah,
it was very nice.
That's good.
Very good experience.
That's good to hear.
Thanks.
So, Mr. Simone, and if you want to chime in as well, Mr. Andrea, what is the story of Corghi? Like, how did Corghi start? You know.
Actually, thank you for the question because this year we celebrate 70 years of activity.
Wow.
7-0.
7-0.
Yeah.
So Corghi
the company was founded back in 1954.
1954. You know,
that's a long history of success, innovation,
that's only 9 years
inventions
with Indonesia.
Yeah. You're right. Well, basically, the company was founded by Mr. Corghi 70 years ago in a small village in the northern Italy called Correggio. This is still our home today, after so many years. We still have our factories there, not only there, but still we have our main production facilities in Correggio.
All still in Correggio, still near the home of Mr. Corghi.
Absolutely, and the Corghi family is still involved, actively involved within the business.
Oh, wow.
So we are now, we like to call us as a pocket multinational in the sense that we are present everywhere in the world. We have several production facilities also abroad. So and the commercial branches practically in every continent. But we are proud about our Italian roots that are still there strongly, and so the link with our origin is still very, very strong.
I see. And as I understand, Mr. Corghi himself was somewhat of an inventor himself, right?
Yeah, basically, he was a real inventor.
Wow.
So he started from several different product categories.
Okay.
And finally, he found the right way with what we know today as the modern tire changer. So Mr. Corghi basically is the person who invented the tire changer as we know it today, with a turning table and the mounting tool and so on.
So we're actually working with the company who created
this business, basically. The
whole industry.
Exactly. Nowadays we have differentiated our product portfolio, of course. It becomes bigger and bigger every year, I must say. We continue to invest, but of course tire changer remains our core business. It's our DNA.
Sure. And I see that level of care and innovation, from Mr. Corghi himself is being passed down through the generations, through the current team, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we are also growing in terms of numbers, both of turnover and the people employed within the group. So this requires every year more and more investment. Every year, something I can share with our friends is that the group itself invests 4% of its turnover every year in R&D. Which is definitely not a neglectable amount of money.
So 4% of your revenue goes to research and development.
It's important to stay. We want to stay in a certain segment of the market. So this is a crucial activity in order to remain a leading company in our segment.
And what about where does that 4% go to? Do you have like a team of engineers? Do they do like patents? What's
of course, we have our own team of engineers. We are proud also to say that all our products from A to Z are conceived, designed, developed, produced, and maintained internally. So we are one of the few examples of companies able to do that everything, all the stage internally.
That's really impressive.
Of course, this is also a very important asset for our company. Of course, we have
quality is all up to standard and everything.
Yeah, exactly. We have our internal R&D. We have engineers. We have what we call the sperimentale, so where we experiment and test new technologies. We have people working every day in the field, like Andrea, to test our machines, and not only to train and to teach customers, but also to test our new machines, of course. We cooperate with Italian universities. We are sitting in the middle of what we call the Motor Valley. So the Emilia-Romagna region is
so it's not
the place to be, really the place to be when you want to be in the heart of motorsport. So
that's really interesting to hear about the company. I also, just remembered, the Corghi logo is a bird with a magnet on it, right?
Yeah.
Is there a story behind that logo?
Yeah. Basically, that was the start of the company. From our inventor, Mr. Corghi. That was one of the first products. So basically, it was hunting decoys. So one of the first invention that took a certain importance and started basically the company. But then it differentiated really a lot from textile to mechanics and so on. So.
Yeah, you can really tell, that's a real inventor. He has hunting decoys and then a tire changer, so everything,
Right.
Well, that's great. So, I think you mentioned, Mr. Simone, that you've traveled a lot in the Southeast Asia region. What about you, Mr. Andrea? Have you been to the Southeast Asia region and specifically Indonesia before?
I've been to Indonesia a couple of days, just a short touch, and then. But no, this is the first time I passed some days, some nice days here in Indonesia.
Okay.
But I used to go to Asia for training, for service, and so.
In Southeast Asia, other places like Thailand, Vietnam.
Thailand, not Vietnam. Never been in Vietnam. Like to. And of course, Indonesia.
Wow. So Indonesia, this is your second time here.
The second time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the past 6 days, right? We traveled together, three of us in the Himon Putra team across Java. So we went to Surabaya, Semarang, and finally Jakarta. So in these past few days, have you had any memorable experiences, positive or negative, about the culture, the food, the people, anything?
No, people are so gentle.
Oh, okay.
So gentle, yes.
That's
this
good.
This is the word that came in my mind. Yeah,
Very
yes.
nice, very
nice,
kind.
nice.
Okay,
yeah.
that's good to hear.
Friendly. Always smiling. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
That's important.
I think maybe we just went to the nice parts. No, I'm kidding. What about you, Mr. Simone?
No, of course we didn't had any negative side, as you said. No, it was very pleasant, challenging because we have been meeting many customers, a lot of people, traveling quite a lot, but it was really interesting. And as Andrea said, also pleasant because we have met passionate people and always very. The welcome was always very warm.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Thank you to our Indonesian friends.
Yeah. We're welcome and thank you as well for visiting. And I'm sure over the past 6 days, you also kept your stamina up with the traditional jamu, right, from Indonesia. Okay, let's talk more about the business then. So since you've been in close contact with the tire industry, both in Italy and Indonesia, I'd like to hear both your opinions and thoughts about similarities or differences about some aspects of the country, the business. Like, let's start with maybe the cars and the vehicles that we see on the road. Is there any difference between the cars and the vehicles that you see in Indonesia versus on the Italy, or are it like similar cars?
Yeah, well, I start and then I leave the microphone to Andrea, who will be more technical than me. But certainly, first of all, I would say we have seen a lot of similarities.
Okay.
Let's forget for a moment about tires and vehicles.
Sure.
The customer themselves, same as in Europe or in Asia. Nowadays, of course, they are focused to provide their final customer a good service, professional service, avoiding as much as possible, try to avoid any possible damage.
Sure.
So the customer care is a key point nowadays. Traveling in the road, I would say I don't see a huge difference in terms of cars. We see. You have European cars here. In Europe, we have a lot of Japanese cars. Chinese is the next big thing, so they are also coming.
That's starting to happen here too. A lot of
they
Chinese
are coming
now,
strongly. So I don't see a major difference in terms of cars.
Okay.
Probably tires. We had a lot of experiences in these days. I leave the microphone to Andrea.
Sure.
Yeah, more than tire, I see difference in rim.
In the rim.
You have many special kind of rim, like reverse, like tuning, like aftermarket rim. That of course require a big can be a struggle to remove, to operate with this kind of wheel. But Corghi has the technology to take care about this, and we have seen in this 6 day that we have. So yes, this kind of wheel that I see on the road, doing that on a traditional tire change, a very basic one, it
can be difficult.
It can be difficult, yes. If it's without helper, for example, it is difficult. But we have, with Master Jolly, we see that we can do basically everything. So that's good that the customer have the occasion to see this kind of difference, because they seems to be two separated worlds. But not only for the wheel care, but even for the customer, for the effort, for the physical effort that he put in the mounting a tire. That's important.
Yes.
That's important. We make this kind of machine mainly for that, to make less effort, to save the human body.
Next, I'd like to ask you too also about the maybe the customers, like the owners of the car. I don't know if you talk with the workshop owners or not, if they mention about the car owners or not, but I understand that the workshop owners are very similar to in Europe? They are very professional. They want to have a professional service with the safety. What about the car owners? Are there any differences of car owners in Italy and Indonesia?
Tricky question.
Tricky question.
They want for sure that you touch the less as possible their
Yes.
car, their wheels. So,
They know they have
technology
you have to,
without that doesn't touch the rim are looked pretty fine, pretty
Sure.
good. It makes you make a great figure to the mounting.
and that's like the same both in Europe and in Indonesia, everywhere in the world,
They
right?
worry a lot about their car.
Yes,
They
yes.
their car, yeah.
Car owners are very particular about their cars. Yes, yes.
And
They,
some more than other.
they always they understand you have to work on their car, but if possible, they want you to work on their car without touching it, right?
Yeah, without that, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So the next thing I want to ask you maybe is about the tire changing machines that you see. You know, you pass by some workshops here. You talk to a lot of workshop owners here, see what kind of machines they have, and of course in Italy you have so much experience seeing what kind of machines they have. So what is the differences of the tire changing machines that we have here, or compared to the ones in Italy?
Well, I would say, of course, as we just said, first of all, the target is always the same.
Yes.
So work professionally,
Safety.
not damaging the rims, giving a good service to the end customer, to the car owner. That's for sure. Today, with Master Jolly, certainly we made a good step forward in the sense that we have presented a very professional machine, which is touchless. We have insisted a lot on the concept of Corghi smart technology, which guarantee to never touch the rim and reduce the tension on the tire. So two basic concepts that we keep promoting.
Yes. The DNA from Mr. Corghi himself.
Exactly. Where we see a lot of development in Italy, in Europe in general, whenever we launch a new product, keeping in mind where we are coming from. So basically it's a further development of our Corghi smart system. So where we put a lot of attention nowadays, it's rather focusing on ergonomicity, safety, reducing the effort for the operator. So those are aspects that are really, really important nowadays. This is why, just to make an example, we propose machines that are fully automatic, that are able to demount automatically a tire.
Okay.
This is probably where we focus on nowadays.
I see.
We have a complete proposal of automatic machine, for example.
And that's something you don't really see much in Indonesia market yet, right?
So far, it seems to me, I had the impression during these days that in this specific aspect, there's still a small gap to be filled. But
Sure.
step by step, I would say let's go first to we presented, I think, a very interesting product in these days, which is certainly the good connection, the perfect connection between a traditional machine, a tabletop machine, and a fully automatic machines. So we are sitting somewhere in the middle with a very interesting proposal.
Yeah. Well, why do you think that there's a difference there, like that there's a gap? Do you have any ideas for why that might be?
No, as I always say to customer when I make a demonstration, an exhibition to the final customer and so on, yes, traditional tire changer is cheaper, of course, but I always tell them that if they, let's say, play with the machine a little bit at the end of the working day, in a couple of weeks they forget about the other tire changer. If they have, for instance, Master Jolly, yes, because yes, I repeat, is even for the back, for the body, is something different. The effort is made by machine, not by the operator, and that's that's a great difference.
It's a big difference when you're actually working on it every day, 24/7.
Yeah,
I see.
If you have a big amount of work, it's
Yeah, okay. I think maybe that might also be right now, a difference in attitude. Yeah, for now, where Europe is very concerned about safety and ergonomics and maybe some countries in Asia are not quite like that yet. But in your travels, have you seen other countries in Asia that are more more aware towards that ergonomics and the safety of the operator?
There are a lot of countries like that. The first one coming to my mind is probably Korea, Taiwan. I mean, generally speaking, Asian customers are very interested to new technologies and so on. This is valid a bit for everybody. Don't like to make general statements, but just to give you my personal overview. So of course there are markets that are very advanced, very extremely advanced, that are always looking for something new to propose. And we are happy to propose always something new.
Well, I just wanted to ask the two of you if you have any parting thoughts or hopes or wishes for the Indonesian automotive industry in the future.
Well, basically, we all I think we all wish the same thing. I mean, it's certainly a developing market. A very interesting one because Indonesia is a big country with a big population. So certainly we have space to get bigger. I'm sure because we have noticed that in the last 6 days that Corghi is a well-known brand in the market with a good brand reputation. So this is of course thanks to our products and thanks to your daily effort.
Yes, thank you.
So of course we all wish to grow further. I'm sure we did something positive these days, and so I'm pretty confident that even more success will come.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you for the hopes and the wishes.
I agree with Simone.
Yes?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, great. Thank you so much for your time. I hope our viewers have found this conversation as interesting and as eye-opening as I have. For example, I was quite surprised to hear that there are actually more reverse rim wheels here compared to in Italy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where can our viewers learn more about you or your company?
You please check our website, www.corghi.com.
Sure.
We have social medias. You can visit PT Mawanputra social medias. They will redirect you certainly to ours. YouTube. We have many videos on YouTube, so we try to be present also in the web.
Yes.
And we participate to all the major exhibitions around the world. So if you ever have the chance, please come and see us on the major exhibitions.
The next one is Automechanica?
Next one is Automechanica in Frankfurt.
Okay.
Right, exactly. We will be there.
Great.
And so we hope to see you soon.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
I look forward
Thank you.
to our next event together, and maybe next time we can visit other parts of Indonesia.
Yeah, huge. Yeah.
Oke, jangan lupa like, share, subscribe, dan kasih komentar kalau ada yang mau dibahas selanjutnya.
Bye.
Himawan Putra, mitra andalan terpercaya usaha bengkel Anda.